right, we're going to talk about camera calibration. Calibration, not to be confused with calibration. Actually, it's calibration, and this is a concept that I don't know. Probably I saw at some seminar somewhere or something. But anyways, it makes a lot of sense because it's very close to a concept that's been around for a long time. It's very close to the zone system, and what it's designed to do is to make you fully aware of what your camera and how your camera is behaving, whether or not it's actually recording accurately at, in most cases, I guess, is the lowest ISO, which is what I use in my studio, but it applies to all ISOs. And here's how it works. Basically, you want to get a gray card, and a gray card is pretty much 50% gray. Photograph it under an accurate light, say a strobe in your studio, get an accurate reading. And in this particular case here, with my Nikon D1X, which goes as low as 120 ISO, I got F11. That was my flash reading. I set up my softbox, and I got a reading of F11, and I fired it many times. I wanted to make sure it was very consistent. I was getting F11 at 120 ISO, and I took a picture of this gray card, and when I brought the gray card into Photoshop, to the bottom right, you can see right here the levels, the histogram. And the histogram is telling me, because all the information is off to the left of the middle, and the middle is where it should be because it's a 50% gray card, it's telling me that my camera is underexposing. So what did I do then? I went back and I took another exposure, and this time because my camera can't go down less than 120, I just took a meter reading at 100, and whatever that aperture was, I adjusted accordingly, which in this case means I let in more light, and that would have been this result right here. And as you can tell, the levels have moved over a little bit more, almost to the middle. We're very close. But I'm going to try another one, and that's exactly what I did. I photographed a third one at 80 ISO, and I am pretty much in the middle. So what does this tell me for that camera with that lens? That tells me that my working ISO at the lowest ISO setting on the camera, which is 120, I should be setting the camera or adjusting my light for 80. My exposure should be, my working exposure ISO should be 80 ISO, and that way I'll get more accurate exposures. And accurate exposures are very important when you're trying to get good workflowed images. It's actually a large part of the rule of thumb for success, as well as getting good custom white balance or good white balance. You get those two working for you, and your 99.999% of your battle is won.